Okay, here I am back again. My phone's the worst and it might cut out again. It just doesn't seem to have a whole lot of storage in it. So let's see where we're at. If it cuts out again, we'll just do one more part. So as the pendulum comes up here, you can see it's jumpy. Okay, and what I see in my mind actually zooming throughout the atmosphere are just like the texting, all those thoughts, formations, those energies. And just heads that are thinking a lot and really in confined spaces when they're doing that without really looking out of windows. Shoulders are tight, and just this jumping, okay, of nerves, of mind, really, from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, without any breathing room. That's what's happening up here in this part, and I believe it's up here for that reason. It's not grounded. It's in like a cloud formation, or it's not grounded at all. It can't really, it's wanting to, wants to spin like this in a center point like the other things, but it cannot. It's like it flops. It can't find a center point to spin off of. You can see that. It tries, but it just flops. So you can see the difference there, this jumping, okay, jump, compared to once you come down here, there's a smooth flow. It's grounded, it's fluid, there's the hard earth, there's water. All of it is very different feeling. So let's see if there's anything else to say with this picture. It's saying no, but one thing that did connect here was when it went circle, circle around Kali, circle around. This is time. Kali is representative of time. The medicine wheel is, the moon is. Things that are made by hand like this, and are connected to the earth, all of it, you know, the crystal ball of time really is what this is, a display of. And that's a lot of what these native cultures lived by, was the feeling of the moon. And now it's going to come down to show being the time element, not counted by hours of how much one has, how much material work or how much one has accomplished. Not that accomplishment is a bad thing, and certainly in those times they needed to accomplish things, but the feeling of time was more fluid, more in connection with the earth, more in tune with the senses, more in tune with animals, being in unity with it, not separate. So much richer, and really it could go on with that, all being so fluid feeling, you know. And you can see too with technology how it's just got this, it really occupies this very small area up high, meaning it's airy, it's not grounded. And again, this is not fully putting down technology, or that someone that's doing it cannot be grounded or have their mind be clear. That's not what this is saying, but you know, really balance. And you can see this is where the balance comes. This is like the earth of it. So when one is more balanced or more in tune with these things within their spirit, you know, technology, you can see, swirls more. And it's that balance. And it doesn't mean you have to fully throw away technology, although it would be good to get a lot more balance with it, and the amount of time people spend on with their minds connected to that, without really focusing on this connection that lies underneath as really the earth ground of the whole thing. Is down here, in which people are got their eyes focused on whatever, and the computers, different things. They don't sense a lot of this that's there in this. And look at how vast this is with this richness, for sure. So let's see if there's any more here. It's just showing this rises up to that. This gives birth to all things that have come. And people have a certain, an intuition, a wisdom and things in there. It's because of this connection. And many times they're not nourishing that or really paying attention to it. Where does that flow from? It flows from nature. And of course, there's that center point of emptiness and the absolute. But we're working with these two here. This flows up from all of the nature and the beauty, really, of Mother Nature, being the one to be the giver and the one that births all things, births them. Okay, so let's go up here and see what this is about. So this is turning smoothly here, and we are talking about the death of those lush, beautiful, ancient times when it was in its full bloom, really. And so this is really past. It's gone. Okay, that's what that's about. It's gone. And again, it wants to connect up these two as being equal. But where can you find it in there? This is bones now. This is bones, and it's looking, where is it in there really anymore? It's hollow. It's bones. It's going into the earth. Okay. So this is certainly still present in all hearts, but the love or the soul, really the soul of so many, of nature, the heartbeat of nature is in these bones now. In these bones, and it's hard to find. You can't really draw it out. So this is also becomes more weak in certain ways because people don't, they can't. And here it's going from love to that. They're caught up more in this whirl of linear time, and you can see pendulum wants to go linear. This linear time, not feeling this circle of life, which does have to do with the medicine wheel as well. So that's really turning and giving that feeling to the difference, and speaks to that. So let's see if there's anything else before I do lose my video. So it's saying no. Okay, but it's just, let's look at this again and go through it. Okay, so we've got the loss of native culture, which was really imbued with love. That richness is thinning out. The circles, meaning time, medicine wheel, moon, Kali means time, harvest time, or in terms of the seasons, is time. These are things that people went by back then. Okay, and then we've got, of course, native cultures being the ground or the earth of all things that give rise and support these things, and yet this is not aware of it. It's just not. It's up here. It's got more of a static to it. It's just got more mischief to it too. And this really, doing this, it really shows a breakdown of this. It means it's degrading, whereas this, this richness has that fluidity. You don't see it being pummeled that way. Okay, people aren't aware of it. They live up here a lot of times. So again, to connect these in more, how do you do it? There's music. There's going in nature more. There's stopping and taking breaths more, looking out the window, going with your children or your animals and enjoying nature. There is just really being quiet, really observing, looking, watching, feeling the earth. There's more to this, but this is just what's coming now. Okay, so it looks like this is ending, and I did want to say I really enjoy doing this. I don't know if people have any other subjects they would like to look further into and illuminate. You know, if not, some of these will just come out when they do, and people can take them for what they are, okay? So I believe this is it for now, and now we're going to zoom into this flowing water and mountains. And it looks like we have the background of that circle of time really in the background, you know, and it all rises up from that. Okay, so we're going to stay there right now. Native meaning natural. All right, all have a good evening and namaste. Bye.